What's up, everybody? Shouldn't have done that. That was my bad shoulder. Anyway, just wanted to say that today I've got a fragrance from 3-in-1 Parfums. Parfum. And I got a 15 ml of it. So I got some good news with this and some bad news with this. So if you just stick around, I'll let you know all about it. It's DB. And I'm about to take you behind the nonsense. So today, the guys at 3-in-1 did a raffle, and I was not a winner of either raffle, but they felt very compelled to send everybody who entered the raffle a fragrance of their choice, and I decided to go ahead with something called Illicit 540. This is Baccarat Rouge and Roja Elysium. I'm going to tell you off the break that this is a great fragrance. I do not like either one of these fragrances. I do not like Elysium, and I do not like Baccarat Rouge. I used to like Baccarat Rouge a lot, but unfortunately, I think your nose just changes every now and then, and I really don't like it like I used to. So, anyhow, when you first spray this on, what you smell is absolutely wonderful. You get yourself a nice, beautiful splash of Elysium and Baccarat Rouge. It's very well blended right off the break. So when you spray it right on your clothes, I did go nose blind, it seemed, for about 15-20 minutes. It was probably more like an hour. The projection lasted 2 hours on me. So I smelled the projection for an hour, and I lost it for an hour, and then boom, it just blew up. The good thing about this is for at least 4 hours, this fragrance is very well blended. I'm not sure if I go nose blind to the Elysium, which is quite a possibility. Anything with lemon, pineapples, grapefruit, stuff like that, I have a tendency to go nose blind. But I lost the Elysium in this after about 4 hours. From the time I sprayed it until the 4 hours was up, I could smell the Elysium just kind of dissipate. And when it was all said and done, the only thing left was Baccarat Rouge 540. So that's the only disappointing thing about this that I can say off the break. So I got 2 hours projection off of it, and it lasted 9 hours on my skin, which I thought it was a little bit more than that, but I'm just going to say 9 hours. It was, wonderful. It lasted, more than 8 hours, which is something that's a big plus for me. Anything that lasts more than 8 hours to me is a plus. But like I said, for 4 hours, it smelled great. Like, you could smell it, but the Elysium kind of dissipated for a while. And then after 4 hours, there was like a transitional period for about 2 hours. And then the final 3 hours was just nothing but Baccarat Rouge. Which was a big disappointment, because right off the break, this smelled absolutely wonderful. I'm like, I don't like Elysium and I don't like Baccarat Rouge, but when I sprayed this, I was like, okay, all right, this is really, really nice. Something I could wear all the time. But then the Elysium went away, and I'm like, man, it was such a huge disappointment. But the concept is great. Whoever thought of this had a little clock working in their head, because these two mix together very, very well. I just wish it would stay the way it opens up the entirety. That would be a wonderful fragrance. So I'm not a perfumer. I do know some things about it. I was making my own fragrance. I would kind of reverse how they're doing it. However much Elysium they're putting in there, I would make that the Baccarat Rouge, and however much Baccarat they're putting in there, I would make that the Elysium. So reverse how much you're putting of the other one in. I think this would be great, but it has to have more Elysium in it. even if you get more Elysium off the break, which would be disappointing because off the dot, these two mix very, very well. Smells very, very great. But you have to have that Elysium in the completeness of it all. It would be absolutely a banger if it would just last completely as it comes out of the bottle. It would be wonderful. So I enjoyed it for almost 4 hours. It was absolutely great. I was like, man, this absolutely smells great. So right off the dot, what you got was a small, like you could catch the hint of Baccarat Rouge. You got, I smelled pineapple, but I know Elysium doesn't have pineapple. So I thought about it for a while, and I was smelling out of the bottle, and what I did smell was a grapefruit and apple and the lemon. So I kind of, that's what kind of made me smell like a pineapple in it. But man, I can't complain about it at all. Good job, guys. I mean, wonderful. I'm glad I got this in my collection. It's definitely worth having. It's definitely not anything that I would say, no thank you. If this came in a bigger bottle, I would definitely have it in a bigger bottle, no doubt about it. I mean, just, I don't know how to explain it, man. It just smells like, it's just so beautiful when it first comes out the bottle. So if you don't have this, even if you don't like Baccarat Rouge or Elysium or both, I would recommend giving this a shot. I just like the way it's well blended. You'd be surprised. Maybe I went nose blind to it. If not, if you've had it and it seems like it's nose blind, tell me down in the comments. Hey, I smelled it all the way through. Like I say, I go nose blind to these things. I wear a Ventus. I go nose blind after 2 hours. I don't smell it, but little whiffs every now and then. So it's a possibility. But anyway, good job, 3-in-1. Appreciate you guys sending it to me. Much love to you guys. Appreciate it. It's DB, and I just took you behind the nonsense. Y'all have a good evening.